Welcome to the day 7 of 21 days of March Spring Equinox Challenge. Today we will put all our cars control articulate rotation into one session that you can use for the future reference to do them as a separate practice. So let us find the position. I will demonstrate today in sitting just to emphasize that you can do it early in the morning, just out from your bed, or you can do it later during the day, even in your office. So get yourself into the straight spine position, seated on standing, and we're going to start with the neck. Pressing the chin down toward the chest, maintaining as much as possible the neutral position for the rest of the spine, and then turn your chin toward the left collarbone, and then rotate the face toward the front, sending the left ear to your shoulder, then turn your chin up, and then continue with a circle really as slow as possible, emphasizing the full range of your neck rotation. And when you're finished to the center, you're going to go to the other side, turning the chin toward the collarbone, then rotate the ear toward the shoulder, lift your chin up and go all the way around, very slowly, emphasizing the full range. Finishing here, we're going to do it one more time. So we're going to do each car for 2 times. So going slowly back into one direction, and then going slowly back into the other direction. The whole idea is to explore the full range and to do it in isolation for the rest of the spine. Get back up into seated position. We're going to go into thoracic spine. Same rotation, but we're going to just hug the shoulders, and we'll bring the chin to the chest. I'm going to round the spine, but we're maintaining there a neutral position for the lower back. And then we're going to rotate slightly to the left, and then we'll start lifting the right shoulder up, and your neck goes the same direction as your thoracic spine. Go into extension, then come into the side bend, but the side bend is only into the upper body, and then rotate forward into the flex position and come to the center, going opposite. So rotate first. So in flex position, you're rotating a little bit toward the right knee, and then you're going to go into the side bend. Your face goes with your chest, and then you're going to go into the back bend. But this back bend is only the half spine, not into the lumbar spine. Go into side bend, then come into this rotation in a flex position and come back to the center, and going one more time all the way back and coming back to the center, and let's release. Let's come to our wrist. So we're going to be holding the forearm, really securing the movement of the bones, and facing the palm down to the floor. We're going to go into the extension, and then very slowly we'll go into circular movement. Very simple, but the idea is not to allow the forearm to rotate. When you finish the circle, you just go to the other side. Here, usually this lateral flexion is the restricted position, and a return into maximum of extension. And then one more time, coming into flex position, going into lateral, and go back, and all the way opposite. And let's go to the other wrist. So focus on maintaining your forearm parallel to the floor, and go into the circular movement. And here the compensation could be by flexing their fingers. So try to maintain all fingers together, really engaged and straight. So movement is for this joint, and you're trying to isolate the rest, so not allowing the forearm to rotate. And go all the way back and release. So let us work with elbows, the joint that we're usually not exercising. So get your straight arms really engaged to reach with the tip of the fingers toward the floor. Look straight, and now just think that you are pressing elbows to the rib cage and going through very, very dense air. So really pushing the air till you come to the maximum elbow flexion. So press the palm toward the shoulder, but maintain the wrist straight, then rotate, and keeping the arms really engaged, really pressing elbows, and really trying to go through this very dense air all the way back till you have complete extension of your elbow. Rotating palms to face in the front, and press all the way up. So you need to engage all the muscles for the arms to do though, and go all the way back. And exhale. So when you're relaxing, you should feel that your joint is really exercised here. Let's come into the shoulder. So you can do it in seated position again, you can do it in standing position. Here the idea is to maintain your torso facing front. That's why I really love to do it maybe in seated position, because my hips are locked with the chair. And of course, when you seated position, you sit just on the edge of the chair, you have your grounded feet here, right? So that's helping you to maintain the focus on the square hips. And let's bring the arm parallel to the floor. We're going to make a fist. So the whole arm is really engaged here. You might have the other forearm just focusing on maintaining the rib cage facing the front. You're going to lift the arm as far back behind the head. Maintain a straight elbow. So if your limit is here, you're stopping here. And when you reach your limit, you start rotating the shoulder. So you're rotating, but the cues comes from the wrist. So you kind of rotating the wrist out, but it's actually coming from the shoulder. And you're maintaining your elbow straight, maintaining yourself facing the frontal plane, and you're trying to bring the arm as far behind as possible, maintaining straight elbow so you don't have any compensation, and then release. So keep your fist really strong, keep your triceps engaged, move your arm into extension, and then going into the circle, trying to be as far behind as possible, elbows straight, and working into the full range of rotation here, and then release the arm back. Let go one more time. Lift and rotate. Keep squeezing your fist. Keep squeezing your fist. Feel how this arm bone rotate into the shoulder joint, taking the arm as far behind into extension. Your triceps should scream here, and release. And going back, all the way, all the way, all the way, coming here, and release. Good, we're going to do it for the other arm. So make a fist, take the arm parallel to the floor. So a most popular flex position for the arm that we use for functional movements, and then reach with the arm overhead. You might have a different mobility for the shoulders. Keep elbows straight, and then start rotating and go with the arm far to try to keep it behind the body, behind the body. Really go slow. Don't lift your shoulder, control your shoulder. Don't let your traps to work here. Release, then go opposite. Extend and slowly rotate the shoulder, keeping elbows straight, keeping a fist strong. Have a chest position here, and then release back. One more time. Lift, overhead, overhead range, important functional position. And then explore what is your true shoulder mobility here. when you go into the internal rotation of the shoulder and arm extension and release, and going back all the way, returning here, shoulders aligned, and release. Shake your arms. Let's come to the ankle, and you can do it also on the chair, the edge of your bed, or sitting on the floor. And again, I'm demonstrating that on the chair just to give you an idea that if you're uncomfortable to sit on the floor, you can do it in any other seated position. So let us bend the knee and lock your shin, flex the foot, and here you just go into a circular movement, very similar to what we did with the wrist. And similar, your shin bone want to go with the big toe, and you're trying to lock the shin bone. And just go 2 times, going again slow and exploring the full range. And here is usually the limit to go into lateral flexion and release. We're gonna do it to the other ankle, so lock your shin, knee, and then flex the foot, and then just go into slow circular movement. One direction, slow circular movement, the other direction. 2 times is enough. That's exactly will be 15 minutes for all the joints. And release. The knee movement is the most confusing in my perspective, and but we're still going to try to practice that. So let us just hug your thigh. So you lock in your thigh, press into your chest, and you're just supporting the shin. Okay, and you're flexing the foot into maximum. So knee right now in the flex position, and then you try to extend the knee. It doesn't need to go straight. And here you will take your toe into internal rotation, right? But you're not rotating the hip. You're just trying to rotate the shin bone in the knee joint. And then you're gonna like kind of a scrapping with the heel down. So flexing the knee. And then you're taking your toe out. So you're trying to rotate the shin bone in the knee joint out. And then you're scrapping the heel up. And then again, turning this in and scrapping it down. And then turning it out and going back again. And one more time, we'll just come down to the flexed knee position. And that's it. So knee is just flexing and extension. Nothing else. What we're trying to do is to manipulate with the ankle and see how the shin bone moves into the knee joint. So let us just hug the thigh, lock the knee, so that's where you're going to feel maybe not, and we'll go with a flexed foot position. We're going to extend the leg and then turn the foot in and kind of a scrubbing with the heel down, and then rotate, but you're rotating here, not rotating in the knee, and then again extend, and then take it in and scrub it down and open and take it up and again in and scrub it down and release. Okay, so that was everything that we could do in seated position. And the last one for the hip, we will need to come into standing. And I would also use the chair to have a reference that my hip is my left side stay stable. So be away from the chair, or you can use the wall in a comfortable distance. So you're not leaning and you're not feeling like you need support. So really start with a straight spine position, set your feet hip distance, and then lift your right knee as high as you can, flexing the foot. So here your hip flex is working. And then we're going to open the knee to the side, keeping the hips facing the front, and start lifting the heel and rotating the hip into internal rotation, and at the same time you're taking your hip into extension, and then you bring the knee back in. This is the one round. Then you're going to go backward, taking the knee away, keeping the foot flexed. Your glute and hamstring working really hard here. Keeping your knee high when you come into the internal rotation and maintaining your flexed position, and release. This is one round. We're going to do two, and I will, for second one, I will rotate with my side. So lift the knee up as high as you can, maintaining straight position. Then open the knee. Stop where you feel restriction. Your pelvis facing front. Then start taking the knee in, taking the heel back, and knee goes all the way into the maximum extension. Try not to fall forward here. And release. Going backward, lift the knee, and then rotate, come all the way back in. Hold the flexion, and release. Other side. So bring the body weight to the right foot. Lift your left knee. You might help yourself to lift it high, and then open. Check how it feels. And then very slowly start this rotation. Keeping the knee high, going with the knee back, 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 back. Stopping here, and release. Going back, and go, 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 go. Back in, and release. And going again. Lift, open, going slowly back, and release. And again, coming front, holding here, and release. And that will be it for your morning cars that I suggest to do every morning, first thing as you wake up. If you have any question, always send a comment, send the question in the chat. Have a good day.